What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. So, what are we doing today? Well, today we are doing a watch along. I thought this would be fun. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But I thought this would be a fun thing to do, and that is we're going to watch along with The Human Centipede. Now, the way I'm going to do this is like you need to have your own copy, and then I'm just going to sit here and react to it. And if someone's in the chat, we can discuss it, talk about it, you know, that kind of thing. Otherwise, I'm just going to watch the movie, react to it. I chose The Human Centipede because when I was doing the curation cataloging, I was like, I've never seen Human Centipede 3. I've only seen 1 and 2. And so I was like, I want to watch 3, but I decided I'm going to rewatch 1 and 2 first and see if they decide if they're worth keeping in the collection or getting rid of, because I don't think these are like that good of movies. So we'll just have to see. I think Human Centipede 2 is pretty hardcore, but like Human Centipede 1 and 3 are, you know what I mean, aren't really the best. So I thought it would be fun to like, you know, go through this, and I thought maybe this could be a fun thing I could do on Twitch and then upload it later, I guess. But I'm gonna get this thing started. I got a timer down in the corner that will, if you're watching this with me, should help you sync to when we're starting it. I'm going to start the movie here in just a moment. But if I do this, I'm just going to do it on Fridays. We'll do it on Fridays. Do Human Centipede 2 next Friday, and then the fabled Human Centipede 3, which I think is sitting at like a nice 2.6. I think it's Human Centipede 3. I think they go lower each movie. I'm actually curious. I want to check real quick. Why won't this drag off? Come here. Human Centipede. So Human Centipede 1 is a 4.4. I gave it a 5 out of 10, which feels generous. Human Centipede 2 is a 3.8, which I gave it a 4, even though I think it's technically better, but it's way grosser. Then Human Centipede 3 is a 2.7. Oh boy. All right. Well, let's kick this shindig off, shall we? I'm going to, sorry, I had to move the timer. I'm going to start the timer and get the movie going. 3, 2, 1. IFC Films, baby. That is some hot coffee. That is some scorching coffee. Can I lock my... I can't remember how to lock this chair. There it is. I couldn't remember how to lock it. Every time I think of this movie, though, I think of like two things. I think of the Tosh.0, where he's like, Ruhevno, you know? Or South Park. Should I eat the cuttlefish and asparagus or the vanilla paste? Vanilla paste. Cuttlefish and asparagus? Okay, Kyle. That's what I always remember. I always felt like this was a good idea for a movie, though. Tom Six actually has another movie coming out that I'm actually legitimately interested in. It is, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. The Anya Club. Hannah secretly joins a group called the Oana Club. Its members, strong, independent LA women, get aroused by the misery of others. I don't know, just from the little bit I've seen of like the trailer, like it looks mildly interesting. Plus, I think I'd be curious to see what Tom Six can do outside of why the dog photo. I think it'd be interesting to see what Tom Six can do outside of the Human Centipede stuff, because I don't know if he's done much of anything. He has pictures of dogs, but nose to butt, like in a row. I don't remember that at all. I've only seen this once, and it was probably not too far after that came out, because where everybody was talking about this movie. That has got to be like the most paper thin trench coat I've ever seen. You can literally see through it. The light is literally shining through it. It's like a sheet. I got a chubby bubby here. Some scritchy scratchies. That is so not inconspicuous. So some trucker like pulls off and he's going to take like a dump in the woods, and this dude comes walking up to him with a rifle tucked away in this paper thin trench coat, and like the barrel's like sticking out like that high on the shoulder. The Human Centipede first sequence. So did Tom Six always have this in mind to do like a trilogy if he labeled this one the first sequence? This is such weird sound design in this hotel room. So you got one girl in the bathroom on the phone, you have another one on the bed on the phone, and you have the TV going. And the thing on the TV is weird because it's loud, but it's also like super muffled, and you can kind of hear the people on the phone, and it's just, I don't know, it sounds weird. You have to hear it. They're in Germany, I guess. Why? Okay, so when it cuts to them and the girl in the bathroom, the TV's louder than when it's the girl on the bed who's in front of the TV. That's kind of weird. Echo of the room, I guess. They're lost in the woods. They thought they knew exactly where they're going. Wait, what? That was like a weird jump cut. That really threw me off because it was like they were talking about, I'm sorry, I just don't know where we're going. And then it's like a hard jump cut where they make the sound effect where basically like the tire blows out. That was weird. Yeah, it was like a weird jump cut. Oh, gosh dang it. My tire's blown out. Oh, no. Gosh dang it. Oh man, this sucks. Oh no, this is not good. That's basically what her performance was. Oh shit, my tire. Oh shit. Oh. I remember the acting being bad, but not this. This one girl panicked. Her panicked is like, no. Shucks. Neither of them know how to change a tire, but like, I understand if you've never changed a tire, but I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory if you're an adult, you know what I mean? Like when I was like 17, I blew a tire on my car, and like I've never changed a tire, and I figured it out pretty quickly. It was like, hey, yeah, these lug nuts are what hold the tire on the car. It's just whether or not if your car has the jack, I guess, right? Because you're not really getting the tire off if you don't have the jack, I guess. Is Tom Six German? He says something in German. She goes, no, we speak English. Tom Six is Dutch. No, we speak English. I wonder if that guy's actually saying in German. I like to think this guy's like, do you girls need help? And they're like barely patching together translation through a farmer's almanac. That's what it feels like, because that guy's just like looking at him like, whatever then. He's like, have at it. We got to get out of the car and go walk around in the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere to try to find help. All right, but if we don't find something in 10 minutes, we run back to the car. It's like, just stay in the car. Figure it out. You know, you're adults. Figure it out. Figure out how to change a tire. It's not that crazy. The hardest part would be breaking the lug nuts loose. Why? They're in the middle of the woods now. Why did they leave the road to go walking through the woods in the middle of the night? It was your idea, wasn't it? The one who was like, leaving the car was such a stupid idea. It's like, I thought it was your idea. Am I wrong? Man, they are just harping at each other. Man, they're babies. Especially that one who's like, I'm staying right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. The acting is so bad. Oh my god, is that a house? It's a light or something, I swear. If she's like, oh, for some reason I don't believe you. You guys are standing next to each other. How can you not see it? They're literally standing next to each other. How do you not see it? I mean, Libre 300 is what? She just like tripped over a grave or something, I guess. Is that supposed to mean like 3 hounds? Yeah, let's not knock on the... Okay, I guess that is a door. That's a side door. I was like, let's not knock on a door and start knocking on windows. That was so random. She just said, I don't like dogs. Was there like something leading to that? This dude's doing his best Christopher Walken impression. Red flag number 1. You're alone? This dude, yeah, this dude's flying up every... I would be like, I think we'll just keep going. You guys got creeped out by the guy who pulled up next to you talking to you, but this dude's not giving you the heebie-jeebies. Oh, the painting. Like the 2 Siamese twins. Ugh. Life tip, never trust... You should always make the phone call. Don't let somebody else make the phone call for you. The cabinet has like 3 dishes in it. He's putting Alka-Seltzer in their drinks. Dude, that is just straight up Alka-Seltzer. It's even reacting like Alka-Seltzer does. I wonder if it's like a trivia. I also don't know how Ruhevnol works. But as he was doing it, he also was pretending to make a phone call that he never made. Water. I wonder what some of the trivias are. Director Tom Six showed a drawing of the human centipede to all actresses who walked up to the casting session. Many actresses walked out in disgust after discovering what the role actually entailed. Yeah, I don't think I would want to do it either. When approaching investors of the film, the filmmakers told them they wanted to make an international horror film that involved stitching people together, but did not mention exactly how they'd be stitched together, fearing that mouth to buttocks aspect would put off investors. Yeah, no kidding. This dude is creepy. Flipped out on about him dropping a water that he spiked. The paintings of the conjoined twins displayed throughout Heither's villa was painted by Tom Six, which he felt contributed to the atmosphere of the house. Yeah, but also, like, is Tom Six just got this weird thing about sewing people together? It's a good painting, though. Honestly, like, it's some talented painting. Do you ever wonder, like, what villains in these kind of movies, like, what does this dude do for a living that he has all this money to afford not only this nice house, but all this human centipede garb? You know what I mean? Director Tom Six contacted a real surgeon for the human centipede design. This is why the film has a tagline 100% medically accurate, which is not true. Robert Eager refused to assign the film a star rating for his review, not to be confused with giving a 0-star rating, which he hands out to the very worst of films that he sees, saying it does not really matter whether the film is perceived as good or bad. He closed the review by writing, the film is what it is and occupies a world where the stars don't shine. I miss Robert Eggers. Ebert. What did I say Eggers the first time too? Robert Ebert. I miss Robert Ebert. That might be the funniest line. I'm tired. What's wrong with her? Ruhevnol. He's like, the day trade drug. Rue have no. Spitting all over the floor. Don't worry, it's just Alka-Seltzer. That's what I'm trying to find, if it's just Alka-Seltzer. I mean, you can give this movie credit where credit's due, is like the villain of this movie is genuinely like creepy and weird. Some of the trivia is pretty goofy. Yeah, I'm still trying to see if it is. Why is there multiple trivias that basically saying humans cannot survive eating fecal matter? It's like, yeah, no shit. The entire trilogy were combined into a single film in 2016 titled Complete Sequence, which Six described as a movie Centipede, due to each sequence leading to its successor while simultaneously working as a separate standalone film. He's obsessed. Was this the guy from the truck stop? Or the trucker from the beginning? I don't think so. He looks younger. I like how the German guy's just speaking English now for no reason. Puppy time. Torpor. Lamb. Lemmy. Someone wants puppy time. Where you at, bud? Come here, Lim. Torpor or wants puppy time. Come here. Let me move this cord first. Come on. Hop up. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. Don't mind the person dying in the background. He doesn't like horror movies. Hi there, bud. Squish you the face. Squish you the face. What you doing, buddy? This is my big boy Lim, the channel mascot. Well, for the LR Smith channel. Channel this is going to be going on. Oh my, those are some well-spent channel points. Good. Yeah, he's my big boy. Ugh. Ain't you, buddy? Huh? You got an eye boogie? Yeah, he's my good boy. My guess was he's laying on the couch when I called him, so he's probably like, ugh. Gotta get up. You wanna watch Human Centipede with me? Those eyes are like, no. He does actually watch a lot of movies with us. Like, he'll find a movie interesting. I no joke, will like sit and watch it. The big comical tranquilizer dart hanging out of the dude's like butt, picking him up. Your one Paul digging into me, bud. I will say the one thing that's nice that they got going on with this movie is they did cast the villain. They did cast the villain pretty appropriately. Because, like, he's genuinely creepy and unsettling. Like, he's got this, like, aura around him where he's just, like, unsettling, I guess. I guess this is where I don't have much for, like, a fight, but, like, everybody is, like, fighting and, like, yelling at the dude, like, please let me go and stuff. It's like, what good's that gonna do? It's like, you might as well just lay there. This dude's demented, though. I mean, he's just got the face for it, really. It does remind me a lot of Christopher Walken, though. Through heaven, no. Okay, so he's the leading surgeon of separating Siamese twins, and that's why he's obsessed with these human centipedes, I guess. Oh, he did it to his puppies first? This dude's pure evil. I do love the fact that these medical drawings to explain the procedure looks like it's done by, like, a 4-year-old. I mean, honestly, like, these medical diagrams do look like they're straight up drawn by, like, a child, and it's kind of unsettling, but also kind of funny. You got your chimkin? He's got his chimkin. This movie has really bad ADR. It is. So why Centipede? Is it just because it has extra legs? A good title? But, like, what about it biologically makes you think centipede? Because, like, a centipede isn't 3 bugs together. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say this, too. They're just in little, like, leather straps. I feel like you should be able to get out of that. Maybe I'm out of my, like, gourd by thinking so, but, like, the one middle girl's wrist, like, there's a lot of room there. I feel like you should be able to get out. Maybe he keeps you too sedated, but, like, they're not acting too sedated. So, like, in my opinion, oh my god, how can you not get your wrist through that? I like they're literally, like, holding on to the bed frame to be like, look, I'm stuck. You are not. Oh my god. She's literally almost got her wrist out just by gnawing at it. How did you not do this earlier? She literally almost has she got her wrist free. Why did you not do that earlier? That's not how that works, but oh god. She jumped out and the IV ripped up her arm. That's not how that works, but also like, ooh, it's a gross visual. Door's locked. You know what I would do if I was in her situation? Why are there just locks hanging out indoors? I'd be fighting some, like, weapon. She's also sitting right next to a phone. I mean, yeah, she's in Germany. I'm not sure if they're still the same 911 system, but, like, I feel like you can figure it out. So this is his house. How do you not think he doesn't have keys for everything? I am a sick man. If you don't open up, I will cut your knees. What? That was so goofy. Just his facial expression. What on earth? That was hilarious. Robert Ebert gave this, like, he wouldn't give this at least, like, a star. Like, this movie's at least funny. So far. It's not been very good, but it's been kind of funny. I can't remember what channel points. Now I think about it. I can't remember what channel points I actually have set up to this. Probably is back when I was streaming Magic a lot, so it's probably irrelevant. He's trying to break the window. with the gun, right? But he's using the barrel of the gun instead of the butt of the gun, which I get it because, you know, it's the metal part, but like, I still feel like it'd been easier. He was having a hard time lining it up pretty much. He's not going to let you go. Also, I like anytime like an actress or an actor is crying, but their eyes aren't even remotely red. But anyway, what I was saying was like, I like when, like actors and actresses, like when they're crying and stuff and they're doing all the hyperventilation and stuff, but their eyes are crystal clear. Like there's not even like any bloodshotness in their eyes or anything. It's like, so because she got free, so he's going to put her in the middle because it's twice as intense. The pool cover's coming to close. Is that really like that threatening? Like it's flimsy and cheap. Just break it. She went underneath the pool cover and their power just went out. Oh my God, really? Like it's like so flimsy. You can tell where she got up out of the water to get out from underneath this thing. It's like, why would that be like a deterrent to be like, hey, you got to get out of the water now? He also just leaves her because the power went out. I don't know. This movie's goofy. It's a goofy movie. She's acting like all timid. Like I would have just ran for it. I'm just saying, but like, it's implied it's been a while. Like there's a time where he left to go get a new person, right? He killed the one person when he got a new person. And within seconds, she was able to undo her restraints. And it's like, you couldn't have done that at any time. Especially like the time he wasn't here. Now, granted, she might have been sedated. But like, you know what I mean? You could have got out there. You could have got out there. Torpor orb. That's how you actually say that, by the way. I just looked over at the name. I'm like, for some reason, every time I see the name Torpor orb, I think to myself, like, how do you say that? Because of the letters just in my brain jumbled together. Then every once in a while, it comes back to me being like, Torpor orb. Ugly girl in real life. Hey, thank you for following. I appreciate that. That scared the crap out of me. It was so loud. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Love this concept. Thank you. I stole it from YMS. Honestly, no, YMS has been doing watch-alongs for a while, and I've always liked the idea of it, and so I decided to give it a try, too. I thought it could be fun. I'm going to do it, I think, once a week on Fridays, you know, as long as, you know, real life doesn't come up, because I do work on 9 to 5. Not really 9 to 5 times, but I work a full-time job, so. You always do horror movies? This is my first time doing this, so I don't really have much planned, other than I know I'm going to do the first 3 times I do it. I'm doing the Human Centipede trilogy first. So I'm going to do Human Centipede. Next Friday, I'll do Human Centipede 2. Following Friday, Human Centipede 3. And then we'll figure out from there. I want to lean toward movies I think would be fun in this concept. So I think horror movies obviously would be probably good around that, around that kind of idea. I like how she's just dragging her through broken glass. You can hear it scrape across the concrete. It's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Well, hold up real quick. Why isn't chat working? Oh, there it goes. I had to refresh it. Chat was supposed to be over here on screen. I can make it a little bit bigger, too. She got tagged. Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to go after the Human Centipede trilogy, but we'll see. I do like horror movies. But yeah, I think I want to do this on Fridays, around like 8 a.m., give or take, depending on how long the movie is, I guess, is probably what I'm going to do. Then I'll upload a like trimmed up version of this onto YouTube. Here we go. Starting the procedure. What's your YouTube channel? There should be links somewhere on Twitch, but I have 2 of them. I have, it's LR Smith is my like movie related channel, or I guess the channel where I spend a lot of production. I guess it's non-gaming, right? And then I have my gaming channel, which is the Mix Slash, which I mainly do Magic the Gathering with. But those are the 2 channels. If you want the one that's more movie based, you want the LR Smith one. But they should be connected somewhere here on Twitch. They should be. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the content. I do a lot of like short reviews, like on shorts, but hope you enjoy it. I gotta go, but you have a beautiful day, sir. You as well. Thank you so much for hanging out, following, subscribing. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. I mean, at least he's like, you know, I will say this, like, yeah, this is a horrible, like, horrifying thing you'd have to be like dealing with, but like, at least he's like knocking you out with anesthesia before doing all the surgery stuff. The little flappies look so bad. Hey Jade, thanks so much for subscribing. I'm assuming because that's the shark that was on YouTube. I have all the alerts set up because I use the same program to stream everything between Twitch and YouTube. So thank you so much, Jade. Because I have these headphones on, the Twitch and like other notifications are really loud. So you're kind of like synced into the movie, and then you hear that and you're like a little bit. I will say this, we're 47 minutes into the movie. right? Like, we're already at the Centipede line, right? Oh, he's getting his window replaced. Safe light repair, safe light replace, or however that goes. The amount of like Siamese twin pictures and posters and stuff in this dude's house is really upsetting. It's just weird. You know what I mean? I like that shot a lot. A lot of sun coming through the window. The whole room's really yellow. It's like a genuinely like good shot. It's good framing. There it is. The human centipede. So this human centipede, they didn't explain it very well, but is it just like they just sewed their head to their butt? Or did they actually run like a gastro, like, you know, like a intestinal tract starting in the one all the way to the end of the other? I don't think they did. I guess the question I have a legitimate question. Is like, if you were an actress or an actor, would you do this movie? Because I bet besides the villain, like none of these actors and actresses are doing very much. I mean, Lindsay is like the main lead, right? Lindsay and Jenny. And she is known for not much. I can't load her credits. IMDb won't load her credits for whatever reason. Yeah, it just keeps saying there's an error loading her credits. Even IMDb's like, you don't need to look into her acting career. Yeah, it won't load. That's weird. What about Yennie, Ashlynn? I think this is her only acting credit because she's not listed as an actress for anything else. She's only got 2 director credits, 4 self credits, and 1 previous credit. I guess that the pay is good enough, right? our man's kissing a mirror of himself for whatever reason. I'm just saying, we have a half an hour, more like 40 minutes left of this. They're in like a dog cage, but like I don't remember much like what else happens after here. Like what I remember is them showing up at his house, the Rue Hevenal. I remember her trying to escape the first time. Well, to be fair, I don't remember how she got out. I remember her being in the pool though, and then I remember like moments of the human centipede, but like I can't remember how this ends. See, the second one is much more memorable because it's really screwed up. So the second one stuck out to me a lot more than the first one has over the years. If that makes any sense. I will say I 100% don't believe they're actually connected. Like at all. I don't believe it at all. I don't think the costume's good enough to make it believable. See, I remember this when he's like walking him out on the lawn. Our head is just like totally bought into it. It's a beautiful place. Like the houses. I mean, if you're the head of this thing, you have it the easiest, right? Who's staring at his feet, then we got a shot that was very Tarantino-esque. Oh, he bit him. Yeah, I don't believe through the makeup one bit that they're actually connected for real. Ooh, that steak's a little underdone, my friend. I don't mind a nice rare, but like that is not cooked. Was that like a weird comedy moment? Because he was just like throw his napkin down on it. What? Called him a chicken today. He's like quack honk. It's like what? Here comes the first boom boom. Oh, the sound effects. I think I'd rather starve to death. No, the sound effects, man. It's kind of funny this became iconic in a weird way. It's such an outlandish like theme for a movie. But honestly, they got a really good villain to do it. Like this dude's like so unhinged as like a performance that it works. I don't know, he just kind of got this aura around him, you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't need to see his butt in this movie. I like how they're trying to escape, but like, you know, they can't walk very fast. Please don't show me the front part of him. Do you think any of the actors regret doing this? This comes with deleted scenes, behind the scenes, director interview, casting tapes, director commentary, alternate posters, and Foley session. Okay, so the director's commentary and behind the scenes and the casting tapes would all be pretty interesting to watch at some point. Ugh, she's got a bit of an infection. What's up, Lotus? Movie time? Yeah, we're an hour and 2 minutes in. The centipede has been formed. I know, Lotus, if you're still here, you've been going through a little bit of the iceberg. Have you got through the Human Centipede movies yet? And if you have, what are your thoughts on them? Why would he answer the phone, then scream at them? Why would he not scream at them before answering the phone? Because even if you cover it, like, they're still hearing that. Hey, that's a good point. Well, I guess he had papers down. I was about to say, because there's blood all over the carpet in this place where they replaced the window. And it's like, why weren't the people replacing the window notice that? And it's because I forgot he had papers down. Haven't watched them yet, but they're in the queue probably this weekend, the first 2 anyway. You start at 8 a.m. Eastern? Yep, 8 a.m. Eastern. Which, I mean, me and you are both Eastern. We're in the same time zone. I thought you were an hour behind me, my bad. No, you're from Virginia, right? I'm in Ohio. The time doesn't jump down till you get more down south, like Alabama and... is it Illinois? I think Indiana, Illinois, somewhere around there. is where the time shifts. Yeah, Virginia. That's what I thought. Because, I know you talked about going to Roanoke, playing at Star City and stuff. For some reason, the subtitles for the German dialogue wasn't working. So now I don't know what the person in the car said at first. I will say this, though, Lotus. You go into the human centipedes. This one is actually more enjoyable than I remember it being. Because it's, like, ironically funny. It's not been a bad watch so far. So you got Alka-Seltzer through these people too. I might have to watch behind, like, the commentary or something. I wonder if the commentary is in English, because if it is, then I'll actually rip the audio out of it and I'll listen to it like a podcast. I do that sometimes with director's commentaries. If I've already seen the movie and I'm like familiar with the movie, I'll rip the commentary track and take it to work and listen to it like a podcast. I have to get most of the movies off of Vudu. Yeah, I bought most of them. I've never really used Vudu. I give a lot of my digital codes to my friend. I never really use Vudu though. Where do you buy them? Movies? I get a lot of stuff off of Amazon, or when I go up to Capital, Columbus, we hit up places like Half Price Books. Is typically a pretty good place. Actually, I think I got these from a place that's now out of business. It was called Buybacks, and they had a deal on any used media. It was buy 3 get 1 free in the bargain bin. I think I got all 3. I know I got all 3 human centipedes at the same time, and I think I got them from Buybacks. So I got some movie with them for free. I would say, yeah, human centipedes are probably in the bargain side of Half Price Books. I will say, if somebody is wanting to start a physical media collection, I don't know how well they are now because I haven't dug through them in a while, but the old movie bins at Walmart, the bargain bins at Walmart, would have a lot of really good classics in it. That's how I like kickstarted my collection. That's where I got a lot of like my kickstart to my collection was from those. Found a lot of stuff in there. Goodfellas, Drive. Those were like the first trip I made to Walmart. Was like, I'm going to start collecting physical media, because the reason why I started collecting physical media was I literally wanted to watch one movie in particular, Only God Forgives, and it was not on any streaming platform. And then I realized some of the movies I wanted to watch were not on stream. This is before there was 30,000 streaming platforms. This is when it was like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, and that was it. And I was like, there's like nothing, playing some of these movies I want to see. So I started collecting, and then I realized that some movies I had watched on streaming was removed from streaming. So I was like, well, now I don't have access to that. So that's what started my whole like movie collecting. I always had like small amounts of movies that I would just get here and there because I wanted to see it and it wasn't, available. But that's what really kickstarted my collection. I started watching YouTube content on how to analyze movies due to your influence. Oh, right on. Some of my favorite channels, Lotus, I love Horrible Reviews. I think he makes some amazing content, especially around like disturbing and horror movies. But he's got a really interesting taste of movies. I highly recommend his like best of the year lists, because he doesn't just do like 2022 releases. He does like every movie he really enjoyed from any year that he watched through that year. So you get a really cool variety of movies from him. I'm a big fan of YourMovieSucks.org or YMS. Really like his stuff. Hide Everything had a pretty good series. He's not done in a while. The Search for the Worst was a lot of fun. Every Frame of Painting doesn't do anything because I think he works for Criterion now, but he had some really amazing content. Ryan Hollinger does really good stuff on horror movies. So yeah, there's definitely some of them out there that are really, really good. Horrible Reviews is a good channel. I love him. He's probably like, I'd say he's probably my favorite movie channel. Like channel about movies is probably Horrible Reviews. I've watched him for a long time. And he doesn't upload very consistently, but there's like no reason for that person not to have like 1 million subscribers. His content is great. Oh, he's going for a scalpel. What's in the cellar? The one guy playing the detective looks really familiar. I don't think I've seen him in anything else, but like he's just kind of got that face. He looks familiar. Oh, that's who he reminds me of. He reminds me, I can't remember his name. The guy who was the lead from Grounded for Life. Does anybody remember that show? Donald Logue? I don't know how you say his name. That's who he reminds me of. He's like a German version of that dude. That guy's a good actor. You don't see him in much anymore. I watched 1.5 hour video from Patrick H. Holmes on camera angles, color schemes, artistic interpretation. I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look it up. Patrick H. Holmes. I don't think I know that channel. Patrick H. Willems. I'll have to check his stuff out. I'll subscribe to him. Pretty much the Terrence Malick of YouTube. I like that. Cinema Tyler is also pretty cool. If you've not seen Cinema Tyler. Yeah, Williams, my bad. No worries. You're thinking of the serial killer, H. Holmes. H. Holmes or whatever. Cinema Tyler's pretty good. He's got a really good video on the movie Stalker that I really recommend. Who else? There's someone I'm forgetting that I really like. Yeah, Cinema Tyler's really good. Title was called How to Analyze Movies, Film Studies 101. Ooh, got him with the scalpel. Got scalped. Not really. He got the scalpel in the foot. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, Lotus. That sounds really interesting. Film analysis is really cool because, like, everybody can analyze a film completely differently. There's no right or wrong. Well, there's probably wrong answers, but there's no right answer. I like how he's yelling at everybody to walk. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Finish the job. Pick that scalpel up. Go for the neck. Yeah, film is a wonderful wonderland of stuff. I've been obsessed with film for a long time. It's like, it's funny because, like, in my head, it's like, and honestly, like, to me, film is like one of the purest art forms because it combines every art form into one. It combines cinematography, so like photography. It combines performance. It combines music, composition. It combines storytelling. It combines, you know, I guess like painting in a way. Like it combines like every individual artistic expression into one thing. And I think that's beautiful. But I'm also watching The Human Centipede. So I don't know how far that actually goes. But I'm just saying, if you're not connected intestinally, right? And you're just connected mouth to butt. I know it'd be painful, but why not just rip? You know what I mean? Just rip. Just go for it. Yeah, the girl in the end, the makeup actually on the girl in the end actually looks pretty good. Like, she looks sick. You know what I mean? I will say that. It looks good, the girl in the end. I'm ripping, dude. It's what I told waifu when I first heard of the movie. They're trying to escape is what's going on right now. And the guy's crawling up the stairs after him. The music's really unfitting here. Like, I get what they're going for because it's like intense music. But it sounds like it would be in a scene of like a Call of Duty before the action scene, you know, like when you're like with your squad, like outside of like where the action's about to go down or something. That's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like a horror movie of a human centipede trying to escape. I'm not sure what that would actually sound like though. Oh, had to stretch. How long are the other two movies? You are not breaking that window. What? That dude hit that window. He needs his money back because that first window he had, it took like 37 shots, like with hitting it with a gun for it to break, and he cracked this window up twice with looks like a plastic lamp. So this one's an hour and 32. Human Centipede 2 is an hour 31, and then Human Centipede 3 is an hour 42. It's a showdown. Doctor versus Human Centipede. That's the DLC Mortal Kombat needs. The Human Centipede. Yeah, round 1. Why is this dude laughing? He's asking the doctor if he's God. This is weird. I don't remember this. I will say when I was going into the Centipede stuff, I was like, we still have like 40 minutes left. And I don't remember this much of Centipede in the movie. But like, as we've been watching, I remembered a little bit more and more. But I don't remember this at all. Where he's having this weird like confessional to the doctor dude about calling him God and that he's lower than an insect. He's killing himself? Okay. Why did you doom those girls? Because they can't escape now. What an idiot. Yeah, they actually did a pretty good... Okay, so they did a pretty good job on the makeup on the girl in the end, but the girl in the middle, they did a horrendous makeup job with. Like, it doesn't look convincing at all, but the girl in the end, it was, like, actually, like, very convincing. The detectives are back. To watch him, like, army crawl on his elbows was really funny. Or they're just going to go in the house. That's not routine. The one detective's, like, getting sick, and I don't know why. Because he's not seen anything, I don't think, yet. So, like, I don't know what he's getting sick from. It's so weird. Is it because of the little bit of like water and stuff he drank earlier? I guess. I don't know. This part's a little weird. Like I don't understand what's going on with the other detective. Oh god damn it. Yeah, now that I know like my captions were supposed to be working with the German part at the beginning with the guy I pulled over next to him, I'm gonna rewind after the movie and see what he actually says. Because I bet he does. I bet he just says, "Hey, do you need help?" I bet you anything. If it is captioned. If I was the director, I wouldn't caption it. The reason why I wouldn't is because it builds into the you don't know what he says kind of thing. They don't know what he says. My caption would just be like speaking in foreign language because that puts your viewer in the head of the characters, but I don't feel like that's the case here. He found the centipede. Yeah, I would probably have the same reaction if I walked in and saw that. I'd be like, what is this? Look up! The worst detectives. Oh my god, the gunfire is hilarious. The worst detectives in the planet. Like, I remember, like, the doctor... Spoilers... In case you got this far. I remember the doctor dying, but I don't remember the headshot. Now everybody did. Now, if the two last links of the human centipede can stay alive for like, I don't know, maybe a couple hours, because it's not going to be long before they're like, hey, where's the detectives at? You know, we got to go find them eventually. So if I were them, I would just like probably hang out where I was. Oh, come on. She's basically, the one girl's basically not even connected. They just showed her in the mirror and like you could basically see her entire face. Like she's like not even really connected. I think the girl on the die just the girl on the die just died. The girl on the end just died, I think. Lame. Yeah, it showed her in the mirror and like I swear you can see like the top of her mouth where it's not even like connected. They like it's so funny, dude. When you watch this, you have to pay attention. The one on the end is actually like pretty well done. I don't believe for a minute they're connected, but the one on the end actually has good makeup. Like they made her face real purplish because you know she's got the infection, and like they kind of like paled her out a little bit. And like her makeup for the connections actually are pretty gnarly looking. Or the girl in the middle, it's like they didn't even really try. It's like all the money went to that one on the end to sell the infection level. Yeah, okay, it's showing the mirror again. Yeah, I don't believe for a minute she's connected. Hold on, I don't believe the one on the end's connected either because of how she died. Because what they didn't do, they should have made like this like, so what they did was they just put on like a Joker smile with like fake staples, and it's very fake looking on like here. But what they should have done is part of the costume, and I mean it probably would have been uncomfortable for the actors, and you're already putting them in this situation, right? But what they should have done was had something that went from the cheeks like onto butts of the people in front of them. That way it really, that's credits by the way. That way it really encapsulates the entire, like, you can't see this section, right? Like from here, this section right here, you should have never been able to see at all. It should have been a wall that connected to the one in front of them. 3 out of 10 is what I'd give it overall. It was funny. It's ironically entertaining. I don't think it's very good. it's kind of like in terms of like as a horror movie, right? It's a very disturbing idea for a horror movie. But in terms of execution, it's just really goofy. It is kind of funny. I will say pacing wise, it's not bad with pacing because as you're going through, like the movie moves by pretty quick. You know, they get lost early on in the film. They're introduced to the villain early on. They had the whole scene where she tries to escape. The part that actually drags out the longest is the human centipede part. But that's like, I don't know if it's the more interesting part, but that's like the hook of the movie, I guess, right? So like pacing wise, like it moved by pretty good. It's just goofy. A lot of bad effects. A lot of really bad acting. The villain was hilarious. Kind of iconic. The doctor. But at the same time, like... I don't know. He did some really funny stuff for sure. Cinematography, there was one scene in particular I thought was really good. And it was the one where he's in the living room, the sun's shining through, everything's like yellow. You know, the camera's still, and it looked really good. None of the other parts of the movie matched that at all. But I thought that was a pretty good scene. Weird movie, weird idea. Tom Six is an interesting person, I guess. Okay, so that's the credit scroll. I want to go back and I want to see what the person in the car says to him. Okay, he just pulled up to him. I gotta know if it actually says he says something to him. What he says? What's going on, girls? We need help. We have a flat tire. I know you girls. I got a horny video of you at home. Oh, come on. This is lame. I like no, we speak English. That's still my favorite line. Yeah, this is lame. So yeah, he's just being a creep. Yeah, alright. That sucks. That would have been a lot better if he was actually just being like, do you girls need help? But no, he actually made him be a perv. Well, whatever. Yeah, 3 out of 10. I think I originally gave this a 5, because I think as we move on with it, I mean, Human Centipede 2, I think is much more hardcore. And in that terms, I think it's more disturbing, and I think it's more effective. But I don't think it's going to be more enjoyable. Or this one, I always remember being more enjoyable because it's kind of goofy. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Human Centipede. First sequence. Yeah. Yeah. What a movie. It exists. So anyway, the second one in black and white. Yeah, the second one's in black and white. The second one's hardcore. Like, there's some pretty wild stuff in the second one. I remember a particular scene with a baby on a carved floorboard. That was pretty rough, and some barbed wire. It also tries to go bigger. I think it's like a 20-person centipede. And then I don't know hardly anything about the third one other than it's a prison, and they want to do the human centipede in the prison. That's as much as I know about the third movie. So we'll get to them eventually. But yeah, that's Human Centipede 1. This was fun. I definitely enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. I think this is going to be a Friday thing. I'm going to at least do the first 3 Human Centipedes. Next Friday at 8 a.m., I will be doing Human Centipede 2. I don't watch along. That I hope you all will want to check out at some point. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'm going to go stream Magic here around 10 a.m. We're going to be playing some Pauper Erratic Explosion over on the YouTubes, excuse me. If you're watching this on the upload on YouTube and you want to follow me on Twitch and you want to see any of this live, there's a link down in the description down below. Go to Twitch, press the follow button, turn on the bell notification, be notified anytime I go live. If you're watching this on Twitch, my YouTube stuff should be down in the description below. For both my channels, I have a gaming channel, The McSlash, where I'm mainly Magic focused, but not only just Magic. And then the other channel, LR Smith, is where I talk a lot about movies and where I'm wanting to put a lot of my time and effort into when it comes into content creation. So there's that as well. But yeah, this was fun. I'm definitely wanting to do this again. I'm looking forward to the second one, I guess. 8 a.m. is when I'm going to be doing these. So I will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Lotus, whenever you get around to the Human Centipedes, you got to let me know what you think. All right. So I'll catch y'all later. And if you're going to watch Magic, I'll catch you in a few minutes.